All of his plans that he's made for you is to prosper you and not to harm you. He wants to give you hope in a future. And if you come to him and you ask him for what you desire, he's not going to sit there and play with your emotions like that. No, he, as long as it is within his will, he's going to make it happen. You just have to be patient. Now, hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? It's your girl Rena, and we are finally back with another video. Now, for those of y'all who are new here, again, my name is Rena. This is my channel, Regal Life, and over here we are focused on not only revealing your lineage in Christ, but also helping you gain some tips, tricks, and resources on how you'll be able to become the beautiful woman of God that God has called you to be. Now, with that being said, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my next videos. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, y'all. During this past Thanksgiving, God downloaded something into my heart about keeping faith in hard times, and that's what I want to share with y'all today. So I'm not sure if I told y'all, but I'm rereading the story of Exodus, and I'm kind of hyper focusing on how the Israelites navigated their wilderness season for better or for worse. And I'm currently on chapter 15. I just started, and as I was reading, I found that the first 18 verses were literally them singing to the Lord about his goodness and power after delivering them from the Egyptians by, splitting the Red Sea. The Israelites saw God's power and love firsthand in that act. Yet and still, all throughout Exodus, all throughout their wilderness season, they lost faith in God over the most simple things, y'all. They romanticized their captivity, they built idols, they complained when things didn't go the way they wanted them to, when they wanted them to. And God kind of humbled me in that situation because I was judging just a little bit. And he was like, girl, you got a tendency to do that too. Let's be real. So I was like, okay, God, so enlighten me. Why couldn't the Israelites keep that same energy with you like they had when they were first rescued out of the hands of the Egyptian army? And God was like, they weren't content or grateful in their wilderness season. They were too focused on what they didn't have instead of what they did have at that current moment. And they allowed their current circumstances to distract them from my character. And so I was like, okay, that sounds familiar. So, God, how can I keep that same energy? How can I keep my faith in you during these hard times? And this is what he shared with me. He said, first, you need to practice gratefulness. Even after you realize you've complained about something, that's okay. Just take the time to think about how God has already provided for you until now, despite your lack of cooperation. So, y'all, let's be honest. If you read all throughout the Bible, or even if you sit down and actually take the time to think about how God has rescued you and provided for you throughout your own life, God has a track record of making lemons into lemon drops. Okay. So make sure that you keep that in the front of your mind and just practice gratefulness day in and day out. As soon as you get up in the morning, talk to God. Thank God about the things that you are grateful for, even if it's just coffee. Thank God for that. If it's just giving you the ability to get up out of your bed in the morning, even if it's just the fact that you have breath in your body and your heart is still beating, thank God for that, because without Him, you would be non-existent, sweetie. Let's be honest. Another thing that he gave me was focus on and trust God's character and what he has shown you instead of what he hasn't shown you yet. Okay? So if God has shown you in the past that he'll provide for you, whether that be you didn't have a job yet and still you were able to put groceries in your fridge and pay your rent. Focus on that and understand that he will continue to provide for you, right? If he's done big things for you before, trust that he'll do it again. Okay, if there was a season where there was no way that you were able to get a job, like you didn't have experience in any area, yet and still the last interview that you went on, you were able to get a job offer. Be thankful for that. And although you may be tired of that job right now, understand that better is coming. He provided that job for you before, he'll provide a better one for you in the future. Another thing that he gave me, I feel like this is so important, y'all. Remember that you are his child and he always wants to give you his best. And this put me in the mind frame of Matthew 7 9 through 11. Now, I don't have this verse memorized yet, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to y'all from my Bible. And it says, if your child asks for bread, do you trick him with sawdust? If he asks for fish, do you scare him with a live snake on his plate? As bad as you are, you wouldn't think of such a thing. You're at least decent to your own children. So don't you think the God who conceived you in love will be even better? I'm going to accompany that verse with Jeremiah 29:11. That's my personal favorite verse. It says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. So you need to remember that you're his child. He loves you. All of his plans that he's made for you is to prosper you and not to harm you. He wants to give you hope in a future. And if you come to him and you ask him for what you desire, he's not going to sit there and play with your emotions like that. No, he, as long as it is within his will, he's going to make it happen. You just have to be patient. Now, the last thing that he gave me is listen to other people's testimonies. Why? Because if he can do it for somebody else, then definitely, surely he can do it for you. There is a reason why we love watching shows like From Fit to Fat to Fit, these makeover shows. Y'all, we as society love a good started from the bottom, now we hear story. And there's a reason for that. It gives us hope, because if I could sit here and I could watch my 600-pound life and I could see this person who was once very much overweight, unhappy, unable to even walk from their bed to their bathroom, go from that to a decent weight, being able to get up, being able to exercise, being able to play with their kids and not get out of breath so easily. If I could see them go through that and actually be healthy and happy and content, I know for a fact my none of your business pounds can definitely do that. It's inspiring. So you definitely want to surround yourself with other people who believe in God and have been able to spend time with God throughout seasons and see how good he is. Go to church one day and just listen to people's testimonies. If you have family that believes in Christ and has a relationship with Christ, go to them and ask them how they navigated through certain situations and see how they go from being sad and thinking about how things were to the way their face lights up once they get to the part of the story where God intervened and everything changed. So, yeah, y'all, that's how you keep that same energy even in your wilderness season. Practice gratefulness, focus on and trust God's character. Remember that you were his child and he always, always, always wants the best for you. And listen to other people's testimonies when you aren't able to encourage yourself. Allow other people to encourage you. Yeah, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you share, tell a queen to tell a queen to tell a queen to tell a queen. And until my next one, y'all, always remember that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and you are royalty.